somewhere between the flashing lights and the family group hugs, everything changed. The last year for this famous family hasn't just been about red carpets and product launches. It's been about rebirths, reunions, and revelations that no one saw coming. There have been health scares and career highs, quiet confessions and jaw-dropping public moments, and yes, more than a few tears and champagne toasts along the way. Every sister has a story this year, and every story seems to say the same thing: the Kardashians are evolving before our eyes. From motherhood to business empires, from whispers of romance to unexpected twists, this update has it all. So grab your matcha, settle in, and make sure you're subscribed with the bell on. Because by the end of this video, you'll see just how much has changed in their world, and maybe even in ours. In the last year, Kim Kardashian's world moves with a blend of glamour, grit, and heart. For Kim, it begins with a moment of quiet strength. Her revelation of a brain aneurysm scan, disclosed as she enters what she calls the hardest week of my life. In that moment, behind the red carpets and the headlines, we glimpse not just a celebrity, but a mother and woman confronting her own fragility. And we see a new chapter unfolding, one in which she leans into both family and transformation. As the camera lenses shift to the home front, Kim celebrates her eldest daughter North turning 12 on the 15th of June, 2025. In a sunlit carousel of images she posts, we see North's grin beside a pastel cake, her eyes shining as she opens gifts, while Saint and Chicago hover nearby. Kim's caption glows with maternal pride. "You are my light, my laughter, my love." The moment underscores how even as Kim's brand empire expands, her identity as mother remains the anchor in her daily story. And expand it does. She coordinates the launch of Nike Skims in partnership with Nike, a women's performance brand, blending Skims sculptwear DNA with Nike's athletic pedigree. Announced in February and unveiled in full in September, Kim steps into a role of not just founder but co-architect, speaking openly about inclusivity, fit science, and design built for all women. The brand's campaign rollout, on the runway, in athlete films, online feels unmistakably Kim's territory. High ambition, full spectacle, deeply told. We move into spring, and June brings another milestone. The Skims x Roberto Cavalli swimwear campaign. Kim and her mother Kris Jenner stand side by side in Italian glamour, the flash of cameras catching chrome and silk. It's a rich visual statement, the younger Kardashian at ease in couture and business, the matriarch still steering the narrative. We sense the lineage, the legacy, and Kim firmly in the driver's seat. On the television front, Season 7 of The Kardashians premieres the 23rd of October, 2025, and the trailer sets the tone: legacy, motherhood, health, and home. Kim stands in the foyer of what was once the Kardashians' home, now a memory, saying goodbye to the Eldorado Meadow estate where so much was filmed. There's a weight in the air. This is the end of one era, the beginning of another. At the same time, her brother Rob reappears on camera for the first time in years. Kim's supportive smile and hug speak volumes. Family, in all its messy love and media entanglements, remains front and center. On the personal side, Kim sits down with Alex Cooper for a candid interview on Call Her Daddy in October, speaking plainly about the logistics and emotional labor of co-parenting North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm with Kanye West. "It's not easy," she says. She addresses the swirling rumors. "I never hooked up with Travis Barker," and offers a window into her focus these days: business, family healing. In that voice, we hear resilience. In the warm glow of sunset on a secluded beach in Mustique, Kendall Jenner steps into her 30th year. The sound of waves, laughter, and an unmistakable firework burst mark the moment as she celebrates with her sisters. Their coordinated mauve and tan ensembles creating a soft familial palette under the night sky. Kim raises a toast, whispering to her beloved sister, "Here's to 30, Kenny. I love you more than you'll ever understand." And Khloé later shares a more intimate message. "To my baby sister, my forever girl, happy 30th birthday." It's the kind of milestone that feels both personal and part of something larger. A tightly knit family, a public persona, a new decade unfolding. Kendall doesn't simply document the evening with a carousel post that quietly says 30 and leaves it at that. Instead, She uses minimal words to draw attention to a moment, brimming with meaning. The dance of light over the water, risker silhouettes of fireworks. The subtle branding of her tequila venture shining through the event's details. This chapter isn't just about growing older, it's about assertion, legacy, and the calm of knowing who she has become. Not long after, we find Kendall under the brilliant stage lights of the latest Vogue World Fashion spectacle. With the aura of a modern-day Satine from Moulin Rouge, she commands the opening act, her presence both elegant and daring. Her outfit a nod to old Hollywood and the cabaret world. Whispers of reinvention, the supermodel, the entrepreneur, the woman who rode horses in Paris last year, and now leads a packed ballroom. It's not just fashion, it's storytelling. Her story. On the heels of these social scenes, Kendall is also hard at work behind the scenes. In a cover story with Vogue, she and her longtime friend Gigi Hadid unpack more than a decade of friendship. Kendall jokes she was a cowgirl in a past life, reflecting on her love of riding and the roots that still ground her. She mentions quietly, yet publicly, wrapping season 7 of the Kardashians, and the line hangs there. Brief, matter of fact, but revealing. Another cycle concluded. Another chapter ready to begin. Amid the hoopla and high fashion, the business angle is sharp and deliberate. Her brand of tequila, 818, ties into a capsule collection with set active pairing sweat and style with celebration and sophistication. It's more than investment, it's identity. It's also visible in the backdrop of that beach party. Subtle references baked into detour and color choices, a silent nod to what's next, even as laughter echoes across sand and surf. But there's softness underneath the gloss. The birthday bash is not just a PR moment, it's a moment of sisterhood, of reflection. Kendall blends the public and personal with ease. A shared joke, a flicker of nostalgia, the sense that she's building on all she has done rather than starting fresh. It's her 30th. Yes, but it's also the moment when the model becomes something else altogether. And while there are no headlines this year about new babies, major controversies, or shocking declarations, there's power in the quiet triumph. Kendall seems content to move forward with grace, bearing witness to family jokes, fashion spectacles, brand releases, and the simple, profound act of entering a new decade. She might be 30 today, but it's not about evolution. As the fireworks fade, the waves roll in again, and Kendall stands confident in the hush that follows. Knowing legacy isn't built in noise, but in clarity, presence, and the willingness to step into the spotlight on her own terms. Kourtney Kardashian Barker's past year feels like a perfectly curated blend of motherhood, business brilliance, and unapologetic boundary setting. Fresh off celebrating her youngest son Rocky's 2nd birthday, Kourtney seems to be relishing life as a mother of 4. In early November, her husband Travis Barker posted a rare photo of Rocky in a tiny jersey with the number 13, an affectionate nod to his name and his dad's drumsticks, calling him a special soul. Kourtney's own posts around the moment stayed true to her signature restraint, tender, stylish glimpses without ever revealing too much. She continues to share motherhood on her own terms, balancing visibility with privacy in a way that only she seems to master. But this year hasn't been just about family milestones. Kourtney has transformed her wellness empire into something bigger and bolder. Her supplement brand, Lemme, has been on an unstoppable streak. In November, she shook the wellness world with a cheeky campaign starring none other than her sister Kim Kardashian. The sisters playfully reenacted a courtroom scene. Kim as a lawyer suing Kourtney for gatekeeping her latest creation, the Lemme Colostrum duo. The tongue-in-cheek video didn't just sell products, it turned a real-life family rivalry into marketing gold, proving that Kourtney can turn even tension into traction. Earlier in October, she'd already made headlines for Lemme Purr, a line of probiotic lollipops designed for intimate health. It was equal parts bold and playful, exactly what fans expect from her brand. Whether people were amused or skeptical, everyone was talking about it, which is precisely how Kourtney seems to like it. Her lifestyle platform Poosh also continues to evolve beyond the digital world. This year saw the launch of the first ever Poosh Wellness Club, an in-person event bringing her holistic vision to life. Guests enjoyed curated workouts, clean snacks, and mindfulness activities that echoed Kourtney's signature aesthetic of soft light, minimalist luxury, and grounded self-care. A few months earlier, she surprised attendees at Camp Poosh 2025, turning the desert into a high-end adult sleepaway camp complete with celebrity drop-ins and wellness activations. Through these ventures, Kourtney shows that she's not just an influencer, she's a lifestyle architect crafting experiences that feel both aspirational and attainable. Yet even as her empire expands, Kourtney remains fiercely protective of her family. When false rumors spread online earlier this year claiming her eldest son, Mason, had fathered a child, she broke her usual silence. In a rare public statement, she wrote, "I rarely address rumors or conspiracies regarding myself or my family, but this is about my child. Mason does not have a child. These accounts that pretend to be him are definitely not. They are fake." It was a clear and emotional reminder of where her priorities truly lie. Beneath the glamour and business success, she's still a mother first, drawing firm lines when her kids' privacy is threatened. Through it all, Kourtney's online presence has retained its signature tone, quiet confidence. Her Instagram remains a blend of polished brand shots and tender glimpses of real life. When she captioned a simple rocky photo alongside a soft focus photo of her baby, it spoke volumes. No elaborate captions, no grand declarations, just a moment captured, intentional and serene. The image perfectly mirrors her current chapter, balanced, fulfilled, and in control. As the year closes, Kourtney Kardashian Barker stands as a woman who's turned her family name into a movement of calm strength and sensual wellness. Between juggling motherhood, managing multi-million-dollar brands, and holding her ground in the glare of fame, she proves that reinvention doesn't always mean doing more, it can mean doing it differently. And in Kourtney's world, that difference is what keeps everyone watching. Kylie Jenner's past year unfolds like a cinematic mix of nostalgia, reinvention, and quiet confidence. At 28, she's embracing a full-circle moment one that feels both familiar and newly fearless. Fans watched her blow out birthday candles this August surrounded by close friends and family, her posts full of warmth and gratitude. The once camera-shy beauty mogul seems lighter now, leaning into her life in Los Angeles, balancing motherhood with the empire she's built, and the public fascination that never quite fades. Professionally, Kylie has been busy redefining what the Kylie Cosmetics brand means in 2025. In October, she declared, "The baddie never left," teasing the long-anticipated return of King Kylie, a playful nod to her early Snapchat era. Glosses shimmer again. Her classic nude lip reigns supreme, and fans line up outside her pop-up store on Melrose Avenue just to feel a part of that throwback magic. The 10-year anniversary of her brand isn't just a business milestone. It's a statement that she's both the girl who started it all and the woman steering it into its next chapter. Her interviews this year reflect a deeper sense of self. Speaking with Thuvin 20 Dazed, she opens up about motherhood, calling her daughter Stormy her greatest inspiration, and she shares how her perspective on beauty has evolved. "The baddie never left," she repeats with a knowing smile, echoing both defiance and pride. There's a groundedness now, less about chasing trends, more about defining her own rhythm. Her minimalist looks and pared-back routine speak volumes. Kylie doesn't need to prove anything. She's learned to edit, to simplify, to let her confidence show through softer details. And yet, the public fascination never stops spinning. Earlier this year, Kylie made rare waves of transparency when she replied directly to a fan's TikTok, confirming details about her long-rumored breast augmentation, 445cc silicone implants, moderate profile, placed by Dr. Garth Fisher. The internet erupted, but Kylie's response was calm and straightforward. No drama, no sensationalism, just ownership. It was the kind of honesty that's quietly revolutionary in her world. As for her personal life, her relationship with actor Timothée Chalamet continues to intrigue. While both have busy schedules, he's deep in filming the next Kourtney installment. She's anchored in LA. With her brands, they're reportedly still together, making it work in their own low-key way. Their red carpet appearances earlier this year, first at the Golden Globes and later in Rome, showed an easy affection that silenced many skeptics. Kylie's fashion that night was classic yet daring, the sort of look that reminds everyone she still knows how to command a room without saying a word. She's also thinking long-term, sharing with Foodie Beauty Inc. that her dream is for Stormi to one day take over Kylie Cosmetics. It's a vision that ties her empire back to her family, to the same lineage that shaped her own sense of ambition. Her fans, watching her navigate fame with increasing grace, see not just a brand mogul, but a mother planting seeds for the next generation. As 2025 winds down, Kylie stands at an interesting crossroads. She's part nostalgia, part evolution, a blend of the King Kylie persona that defined an era and the introspective woman who's no longer afraid to be real. Between pop-ups, photo shoots, and family moments captured in fleeting Instagram stories, she remains what she's always been, a mirror of her moment. But this time, the reflection feels more intentional, more honest, and entirely her own. There's a gentle shift in the air around Khloé Kardashian, a sense that she's stepping into a new chapter, quietly but purposefully. In late April of 2025, she introduces Gwenflouda, her own line of protein popcorn. The flavors olive oil and sea salt, sweet and salty kettle, and white cheddar each pack 7 grams of protein and carry her message of better for you snacks directly into the everyday. On her Instagram, the launch moment feels optimistic and grounded. She invites us into her world, showing the packaging, the family standing by the shelves, and reminding us that this isn't just business, it's an extension of her life now. At the same time, she uses this moment to talk about who she is becoming. In an interview tied to the brand release, Khloé admits she isn't currently dating, but says she's open to marriage again and even more children, but only if the partnership is right. Around her famous circle of family and public spotlight, she says she's done being a doormat and she's embracing firmer boundaries. That's a striking contrast to the more reactive versions of herself we watched for years. Motherhood remains her lighthouse. Her daughter True is now around 7 years old, and her son Tatum is a lively toddler, giving Khloé a full house of responsibility and deep joy. She jokes she'll probably shave her head and go crazy when the kids leave home. But the truth is she was built to be a mom. She's focused now on co-parenting, child empathy, creating a stable home for her children, and even for her ex's younger brother Amari, who has moved to California and is under their family support. The scene she describes, kids laughing, someone working the popcorn business, someone else helping with homework, feels grounded and tender. And there's another layer to her story: health. Back in 2022, she removed a melanoma from her face, and this year she continues the honest updates, posting fresh photos and reminders about sun safety. "Please get checked," she writes. There's no glossing or hiding, she's sharing vulnerability and leaning into authenticity. That's part of her reemergence from years of feeling like she needed to hide parts of herself. With the release of Fati Season 6 * of Fati the Kardashian C, early in 2025, the trailer places Khloé amid uncertain futures, motherhood tension, business pivots, all of it. And by the time Season 7 * arrives in October, the teaser hints at a more outward-facing, confident Khloé. The narrative moves from inward reflection to clarity and even a sense of readiness. Scenes of Khloé sitting across from podcast guests, fielding audience questions, and reflecting on dating, self-worth, and public scrutiny tell us she's ready to speak her truth. In one fan Q&A she says, "I don't know if you guys remember, I had a tumor removed from my face." And the tone is of someone reclaiming her story. One honest sentence at a time. What's most compelling is the feeling that Khloé isn't chasing validation anymore. She's shaping her own life. The protein popcorn business roots itself in her everyday desires. The healthy mom narrative, the real house chaotic calm of one parenting 2 kids. Meanwhile, the photos of True and Tatum, side by side, show 2 kids who sit at the center of her universe. And in her interviews and posts, she weaves in talk of no longer retreating, she's done hiding out, and instead embracing visibility on her terms. So when we watch Khloé now, we're witnessing a pivot from reactive to intentional, from performing for the world to living for her world. If you look closely, you'll see a woman who is still famous and still navigating, but now feels more anchored, more present, and more quietly powerful than ever. In the shimmering glare of camera flashes and the hush of red carpet halls, one woman quietly orchestrates the world of glam, fame, and family, Kris Jenner. In the last 12 months, she steps into the spotlight again. Not just as the mother, the mogul, the matriarch, but as a woman embracing a new chapter of life, legacy, and business. On the 3rd of November 2025, Kris stands side by side with her daughter Kim on the eve of the premiere of Sphere. The Los Angeles skyline glows behind them, velvet ropes roll out, and Kris's post on Instagram brings in the moment, a proud nod to her role behind the camera. As executive producer, she watches the launch of this Ryan Murphy legal drama with the calm confidence of someone who's been navigating the spotlight for decades. In her own words, this is more than a cameo. It's a declaration. That announcement comes amid a personal transformation. Earlier this autumn, Kris opens up in a rare interview. "This is my version of aging gracefully," she admits, referencing a subtle facelift refresh and her intentional embrace of turning 70. When she sweeps her newly blonde hair aside, she's not hiding behind filters or layers, she's stepping into the next phase with clarity. The E! News coverage profiles this change with the kind of respectful curiosity reserved for profound moments in celebrity life. She isn't chasing youth, she's redesigning purpose. Meanwhile, back at home, the family rhythm continues under her warm roof. On the 18th of April 2025, Kris posts a birthday tribute to her eldest daughter, Kourtney Kardashian Barker, referring to her as "my firstborn and gift from God." The sequence of family photos in that post glows with the sweetness of backyard laughter and the whispered stories of 5 siblings grown up. With Kourtney and Travis Barker navigating their second year of married life and new motherhood with Rocky, Kris watches, supports, and captures every gentle beat of change. In late 2024, Kris also commemorates the birthday of her grandsons Mason and Rain, and marks Rocky's first full year on the 1st of November 2024. These posts remind us how she still anchors the family's big moments. Shared candles, soft laughter, the way a mother watches children watch their own kids. She's not just producing television, she's producing legacy. Amid the glitz of premieres and the soft hum of domestic life, her business empire hums quietly in the background. The official press releases from Hulu and Disney in October and November amplify her role in Sondi All's Fair, naming her as a key executive producer alongside the cast and Murphy himself. This is the moment where the Jenner Kardashian brand does what it has done best, evolve. Kris has long been the momagirl of the clan, but here she is stepping even deeper into creative authority, making decisions, shaping narratives, and doing it on her terms. And in the quiet spaces, away from the paparazzi and red carpet flashes, Kris leans into family. She retracts the laughter of grandchildren and the gentle pulse of sibling bonds. The Instagram post with Kourtney on her birthday isn't staged. It breathes the texture of real relationship, of mother and daughter finding new rhythms after years of public scrutiny. So as the world watches her at yet another premiere, listens to her candid reflection on aging, or scrolls past the birthday captions with fondness, one thing becomes clear: Kris Jenner is entering a new era, not fading into the background, but stepping into a new spotlight. One where wisdom, legacy, and authenticity shine just as brightly as the diamonds on her wrist. And for fans of reality television families who have followed her journey from day one, this year offers the freshest chapter yet.